Show us. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
Then what size?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Tuffy brand coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Oh,
Another new set.
Well, yeah, she's. I sent her to. You know how you went to community building.
Right,
it's her turn now.
leadership camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to work while I'm at leadership camp. It's very rude.
Wow.
Well, I weighed the pros and the cons of last time when I let you not work during leadership camp, and I felt like it didn't really matter. So.
I get punished because Melanie got to go to leadership camp and just focus on becoming a leader. Interesting.
Look, I mean, that's something for you two to handle between yourselves. I mean, I can't get in the middle of this.
I can't accuse Melanie of anything. Do you see how amazing her hair looks right now?
It's totes.
But in case anyone wanted to know if Jeremy had favorites, it's not me.
Well, I openly admit that. I mean, that's not something that's
healthier for our weird little group, That hierarchy clearly displayed. Didn't they used to on MySpace let you rank your friends or something?
Yes, the top 8.
That used to be a big deal. Like, oh man, did you remove me from your top 8?
I noticed you moved me from 3 to 4 on your top 8.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
I just added my brother on there. Of course, he's gonna be number 3.
yeah.
You're so loyal, Melanie. You're like, of course. I feel like we had a physical office. Jeremy would have a ceremony every Monday morning of like the Abbey Lee Dance Company with the pyramid. If you guys have ever seen a clip of that, who was performing the best.
Yep, got to. And there'd just be a wall dedicated to Employee of the Week. and you would have to walk down. It'd be like a hallway, so you'd have to kind of like take it in the whole way. You know, I am building
when the door's open, it's right there.
Yeah, I am building a physical studio that will accommodate IRL appearances.
And a hierarchy chart. That's why you're building it, I assume.
That's a big part of it. Yeah, I didn't really have room for the hierarchy chart before, but now I need at least an 8x10 wall, you know, minimum, so we could have all of that.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the Abby Lee Dance Company pyramid?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Otherwise, that reference would just not work at all.
It completely whiffed in chat, but you know, I think well, 5% female.
Come on, you guys can do it.
Yeah, let's see. Wargarble says, "I've seen the situation with the Antifa footage yesterday. FBI dropping the ball. I think Cash isn't noticing or caring, and should immediately notice or respond because the situation is really serious." Look, he has a country music sensation girlfriend that needs to be jet set around the country. Her drunk friends need Secret Service to drive them home. You don't know what it's like to date a country music sensation. I mean, it's...
I'm contemplating not criticizing their relationship at all ever anymore because I would like to know what that wedding would be like. And I feel like I'm less likely to get invited if I protest too much.
It would be some combination of Bollywood and fake sterile country music.
I bet it would be cool. I bet it would be opulent.
Yeah, they might have good food. If there's an elephant there, I'd like to go. Isn't that an Indian thing? Like
true
elephants. Yeah.
And Google gift cards for everybody.
Got to.
But you're not allowed to redeem them though.
$500 Google gift cards for everyone, but they will have already been redeemed. So that'll be I remember trying to go to, thanks to all those freaking Indians, when I did like a giveaway to promote the live stream, I think it was last year, I just wanted to take some gift cards. This is a perfect example, fellas. It's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. I had done this before where I just took a bunch of I wanted something to show people on stream and say I have Amazon gift cards and GameStop gift cards and whatever. And then really when people won, I let them pick. So I didn't want to pre-buy the gift cards. That's stupid because if they want one for GameStop or they want one I'll just buy it when they win. And I grabbed a bunch. It was perfect. I was walking right out the door. The 79-year-old woman behind the counter wasn't even paying attention. But I'm like, ooh, I should ask. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to take some of these. And they're like, oh, you can't do that. And I'm like, ugh. I was out the door. But I assume that's thanks to the Indians. Well, I mean, technically, you probably shouldn't be taking them anyway. Because they only have so many. But it wasn't like I was taking 50 of each. I was taking one of each. But if I would have walked out the door and they would have said, "Sir, you can't do that," what are they going to arrest me for? I wasn't taking anything of value, so they could have just said wait, Shania Twain is not riding. Wait, what? I'm not talking about Shania Twain, and I don't know what riding means. I'm talking about new country music where it's very clearly the new rap, where Hollywood and big music are just picking nobodies and making them stars. I don't want to name names.
In more than just country music. I think all genres of music have someone who said why are they everywhere? I thought about this with Ice Spice when for a couple months last
replaceable.
Year, I don't know anything she's ever written.
Rap, rap is probably the best example of that because really, with production nowadays and auto-tune and they can take anybody with, as long as you have some level of stage presence, they don't write their own music. Very few of them do. I'm talking about mainstream pop. I'm not talking about any of the bands, I'm going to a concert on Friday. They're definitely not a made up,
Oh, Jeremy's going to a concert on Friday, Melanie. He's got a life outside this. Can you believe
No
it?
That's
way.
right. Well, it's been almost 2 weeks since I left the house. So I was like, my friend's like, let's go see this show. And I'm like, I don't really like it.
Jeremy has friends outside the house who invite him to do things, Melanie. Wow.
Humble brag. Yeah.
You have a social life. You have friends?
Yeah, we were going to watch football, but apparently that's not allowed. So,
That's true. That's
Yeah,
not allowed.
I
We're
told
not
him, hey,
allowed to be friends.
yeah, I said we were going to watch a football game, but everyone will say that we're having sex. So I guess we have to go to a concert instead because people definitely don't watch football games together.
That we're remote under some circumstances.
There definitely aren't literal tailgate parties every weekend.
People don't do that.
But anyway, I wanted to start. So we got the Minnesota stuff, but I know that I felt like I left Melanie out a little bit the other day. We didn't have a good variety of topics. And I saw one today that I knew. I think she might know.
I know what you're popping up here.
Yeah.
Favoritism continues.
Correct. Again, I play favorites. That's.
Oh, I'm gonna bring very serious middle child energy to the stream today.
Maybe Hannah Claire, you shouldn't have lied to us and told us that you were going to come back downstairs and watch the football game with us. Don't think I didn't forget about that.
That's true.
I'm going to come down. I'll come down, guys. I think this.
I will try.
I think the second you rounded the corner, I was like, "There's 0% chance she comes back down here."
What am I supposed to do? I'm traveling with my infant.
But I would have got the baby some fries, and we could have hung out together.
It was like 10 o'clock at night for her.
Babies don't care; they'll eat fries whenever. So we have.
You had fries and a beer with us, and she didn't.
Yeah,
she still complains about it. She's like, "But we were supposed to watch the football game."
She could have shared with Melanie. Melanie just had a big pile of candy.
Exactly. I did Nerds Clusters for days.
Nerds Clusters. I forget how good those are. I bought those when I got back home. I was like, I forgot.
They're so good.
And I like Nerd Ropes too.
They're
like
good.
licorice rope. Yeah, I was like, they sell those for whatever reason at the. There's a place called the Fireside Dinner Theater that we go to a couple times a year where they put on plays. And like they have this like secret corner of one of the many stores they have in there to sell old women stuff that has candy, even though you're not supposed to eat during the show. It's like, obviously this is here for people to bring into the show. And they always have Nerd Ropes there. And I'm like, yes. And then I like put it in down my hoodie during the show. And I'm just like during
a very weird rabbit just like munching on something.
Well, I don't want to, because it's small, so if I'm crinkling the wrapper, people can hear. So I take it out of the wrapper and I just like put it in my pocket and I'm like, and put it away. So we have the new Tomb Raider revealed. What comes to mind? I don't want to.
Okay.
This is Sophie Turner, right?
Yeah.
It's heavily edited.
I'm gonna say now. First of all, I'm not a Sophie Turner as Lara Croft hater. I think she could. I think there's potential there with. She's got the right height. She's 5'9", which Lara Croft is, and they've always made her shorter in the other movies. Well, this is a TV show, but still, you get what I mean. But my biggest problem with what they've done here, I mean, she's been training for about a year now.
She looks fit. And she was kind of like Midwestern fit before.
Yeah, but
now she's like fit.
Why are they training for you can still train and build curves. And I feel like they didn't try to build like a feminine physique. It was like, even if you look at her untrained, she had more curves than she does now as she's trained. And so if you look, I
think she lost some up top too. I feel like she had a bigger chest during like Game of Thrones,
right?
And like
so
now
did you
she
have a
lost
baby during
that.
Game of Thrones, or was that after?
That could be that. I don't. That could be why. I'm not like. Look, obviously, I quote tweeted this, and I was like, "The boobs must be a microtransaction download or something."
They could have gave her a padded bra, and they might down the road.
Yeah.
They should. Like they did that with Angelina Jolie as well. They don't have to like. It doesn't have to be disproportionately ridiculous looking, but look what they did with Angelina Jolie. Is like she looked good, because Angelina Jolie didn't naturally have like a super hourglass frame like Lara Croft either. But what they did is they trained her specifically to try to build more curves, and then they gave her the padded bra. But they were very intentional with that. And if you look at how like Victoria's Secret models train versus a CrossFit girl or a bodybuilder, they have very different training styles because they're going for a more feminine aesthetic. And so I don't feel like they did that with her. I think it was just like build a bunch of muscle, lean her out as much as possible and call it a day. And so all of her curves that she even had are gone now. And it's like, okay, some muscle's good, but like, where's the curves? Like they just totally, and then with the styling with the outfit, everything is so boxy. And so
I would say her pants, like, yeah, it's very. She looks very boxy.
Yeah.
Is the outfit accurate to what Lara Croft has worn in the past? Because I
Sort of.
vaguely.
it's
looks
pretty
like to
like
me.
it's definitely more accurate than the other outfits have been in the movies for like classic Lara Croft. So I can appreciate that, but I just wish that they would have tried to tailor this more to try to accentuate curves and to try to just like give a more feminine silhouette. But I have to give her credit for like the aura is there. Like she's giving aura. And one thing I do like about Sophie Turner and like with her face and with how she just like even just her resting face, she gives like rich. Like
yeah,
and
she does have that vibe.
yeah, she looks rich and just like and she does have a certain aura to her that I think can work. But unfortunately with the styling here, it doesn't look like they're not trying to create a feminine silhouette. And they can even work with what they've got here and accentuate more and create more of a curvy look. Give her some more volume in her hair. That work with the makeup, all that kind of stuff. They definitely could give more of a feminine Lara Croft vibe if they wanted to, but it doesn't seem to be the goal.
She's looking like Jeremy, you probably will not relate to this, but you did have a sister, so maybe you will. I remember 17 magazine used to do like these, it's geared at like teenagers. And so it'd be like, if you're more like athletic shape versus pear versus whatever, and they'd like describe outfits that would be flattering to your figure. I feel like she is giving athletic, and it sounds like Lara Croft has always been curvy.
But she doesn't she doesn't have any curves anymore.
It seems like they're fighting against what Melanie is saying. They're fighting against like Sophie Turner's actual body type, but there are like classic, like I get like making her work out and like the arm tone. Or whatever. Like they make like padded whatever to enhance your butt. And like you said, padded bra. Like, it seems like they could have artificially kept the curves if they had wanted to.
She lost too much weight.
I think so too. I think she needs a little bit more body fat. She's too lean.
Yes, she's
it's
too
like
lean.
she's bodybuilder lean right now, and and bodybuilders get breast implants. Like they lose all their curves. So
you know what they call them in that industry? Bolt-ons.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what they did. They had her build muscle, and then they leaned her out to like a man level of body fat percentage. And so she lost her curves that she even had to begin with. So
do you think it has anything to do with, how like all beauty trends kind of cycle and come and go? Like at one point the skinny eyebrows were in the 90s, then big eyebrows were in, then skinny is kind of back. I've heard that lean body type is back. That's why all of the Kardashians started getting their implants removed. Do you think they're trying to make her seem like a modern Lara Croft and follow that body trend?
I don't think they're going for that though, even. I think they're going for more of a androgynous look. Because if you look at like
she looks like the
Victoria's
video game.
Secret,
the latest kind of video game.
Right, they're just
version.
going for more of that androgynous look. Because if you look at Victoria's Secret models, they're still lean, but they're not like man lean. Like they're lean, but they're still curvy. Like it's still an intent to like give them a feminine frame.
Here, let me show you a perfect example. Like, is this her? I can't tell if this is her because you never really know. But like, especially when I'm doing like bikini searches, but like they say this is Sophie Turner, but it doesn't look like her face.
That doesn't look
That's
like
not her.
Here, let me post here's her in a here, let me see if I can copy this.
I normally have that kind of thing bookmarked, guys, but it's on my other computer.
You're always telling men to get off of the corn, and now you're
There she is, like in a she's still like she had some, especially like in her hips. She had some curves,
there
like
too. Maybe
she is. So she doesn't have to be like thin is fine. Thin is good, but you don't have to.
She had hips here.
Yeah, she had hips. Like they took her body fat to such a low percentage that she lost the curves that she even had.
And by the way, High Voltage brings up a point I saw made a lot. She looks like Timu Sarah Connor.
Right.
Like
Connor
from Terminator.
All right, I just ask a question. Maybe chat doesn't know either.
Well, you're just like every woman out there that thinks there's been no strong female
I have
women
never
in.
said that. I just don't know any actresses of any time.
Like, if you look at Sarah Connor, like that's who they made her. They literally, like this picture, I mean, that's who she looks like. Like she has the same like anorexic build. Well, Sarah Connor was like very fit.
But this is where I go back to like when did this movie come out? The 90s?
Yeah.
So like body types, like the ideal body type kind of fluctuates throughout history. Every decade is slightly different. And to me, Sophie Turner and this girl look like they're going through that like lean, like I don't know how exactly to describe it, but like athletic, but maybe slightly thin.
I just hate
that was trendy at one time.
Well, I'll say this too, just to be clear, like we're only comparing her body to what we have in our head of Lara Croft. Like Sophie Turner is extremely fit. Like there's nothing wrong with her body. There's nothing wrong with like how
You're just
she
a
looks.
Lara Croft's like purist. Like you guys want it to be as close to the original as possible.
Look, Lara Croft's got to have some boobs. All right, like that's kind of part of it, and she needs
has
curves.
to have curves. She does. You can't have Lara Croft with no curves, none. Like
What's,
that's not accurate.
Yeah, I mean, if I look up how they did, I get it. Like she's not going to get. Well, there was a time when women would do that, like get breast implants for a role. I wouldn't want that, but look at the difference of like.
Right.
I
they
mean,
gave her a padded bra and it worked, and it's not over the top. Like that, they were clearly going for like curves, and that's how.
Yeah. This,
you know that.
Yeah, they gave her boobs are like a little cartoony, but like
they could even go a little smaller. But in general, if you look at Angelina Jolie's physique, they definitely trained her in a way to accentuate curves. They had her on different supplements and stuff to try to accentuate some curves.
Like they had, I mean, you saw that, you know,
right.
Even this, you can see like here she's in a bikini. Here she's very clearly wearing a padded bra. Like her boobs didn't grow a cup size when she turned to the side. But like that is a more of a Lara Croft. Now the early night that Lara Croft movie, I mean, that was kind of cringy. It was all right. You had to be a hardcore, I think, Tomb Raider fan.
It started out great and then it kind of fell off later in the second half. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even necessarily hate like Sophie Turner in the role. It's going to really depend. Like, I'm going to forget all about it if it's a good show. It won't be, but if it's a good show,
well, not with Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Not with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who destroyed Indiana Jones, who I think she was attached to some other project that fell apart. She's your classic like. I don't know, like self-insert, like very forgettable looking girl that they tried to make very frumpy girls like in the, you know, in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And again, Phoebe Waller-Bridge could be pretty, but she like, they were trying to like do this thing where women were like purposely dressing down to own men, I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And like she is a pretty girl. Where is she? Why Brave? I love using Brave, but it kind of sucks for a lot of search. Like this, she's cute here.
Right.
But when you look at her in Indiana Jones, they made her ugly.
Is that her? I don't
No, I'm wrong. This is her.
Yeah.
Like.
So say the other one's a musician, I think.
Yeah.
They gave her that like. You know, that like Doctor Who haircut and like they just did not.
Let's see what she looked like before. So I'm curious about.
If you look at her like in like here, she's not. This is not a good look for her.
But that's the look she had in Fleabag, right? That's the girl from
yes.
Fleabag. Okay.
Yeah, I just think they tried to make like I don't know what they were trying to do with her, but she just sucks. Here's a good look for her. That's cute. But anyway, again, like I think we're on the same page. She's like, it's fine. She's fine. But the show's going to suck anyway.
I wish the trainers went for a Victoria's Secret model training protocol instead of this.
Yeah.
They built her because this is what you notice is like around her ribs and stuff. She did have some curve there, but they built her lats more boxy. And so now she has a more boxy frame. But if they would have went for like a Victoria's Secret model style build.
Same with this one.
Yeah, but Alicia Vikander, she didn't really have the best.
She was even more like.
She was even more boxy, I think, with
Yeah.
her training. But that was reboot Lara, so it was more forgivable. But classic Lara, she needs.
Oh,
to
that's
be-
true. She wasn't technically
Yeah.
Lara Croft, right? Yeah.
Who was she? She's like Alice Croft.
Well, it's just a reboot. It's
It's a different version
Yeah.
of her. Yeah.
it's fine. The show's gonna suck ass. There's really no denying that. It's on Amazon. I mean, you're just not gonna like that. That's just not gonna happen. But I do want to talk. I want to do like once a day. I'm going to be doing like a little segment we're going to keep to like 10 to 12 minutes, and I'm going to try to use it to promote the live stream channel. So I'm going to upload this next section to the main channel. But I do want to talk about, because it's Astrocast, and I actually want to let me
Astrocast, Bestrocast, as you know.
It is It is well known across the world as the Bestrocast. Where is this? Okay, so I want to put this here. Papa, Papa. How rude. He's so rude. You guys say your wait, what's this say? Why can't I hate when you get like the weird scroll, like you can't get something on the screen, right? Like it's in between scrolls. Your Lara Croft, your original is Lara Croft's tits. I couldn't disagree more. I like my Lara Croft tits shaped like cones, like the original PS1. Well, yes, polygonal tits were all the rage in the PS1 era. But that, that Lara Croft was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like our expectations are insane. We're not saying she has to have gigantic bolt-ons.
Yeah,
but like they very deliberately trained her and styled her with no curves. Like they did that on purpose. Yeah.
And it's gonna be, and the thing is with like Amazon, like some of the shows they put on Amazon are actually pretty good. I thought Terminal List with Chris Pratt was really good. I think Reacher is a pretty good show. They have the capability. Now, I stopped watching Reacher after I found out that the guy was like a woke clown.
Yeah.
But like I thought Reacher is a good show, and it probably still is a good show. Amazon has the capability to put out good programming, but we know what Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to bring to the table. It's going to be, I mean, if you look at how, I mean, I don't know, was she just starring in that last Indiana Jones, or did she have any kind of producer
I think
credits?
she also had producer credits, didn't she? I think she did.
I feel like she did, and she did exactly what everyone was expecting. They turned Indiana Jones into a buffoon, and who had to constantly be saved by the woman. And it is, by the way, Hannah Claire, I'm questioning everything now because
Why?
the beast in me is not getting any better. It's like so predictable. I don't know. There better be a twist. I got 2 episodes left.
Oh, the beast in me?
Yeah. Like I knew he was going to put that kid in her room. Like I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, obviously that's exactly what's going to, now that's the last episode I saw. So I haven't, seen how it plays out, but I'm like,
There's like a somewhat of a twist at the end. I don't think you'll be crazy about it.
well, now
but-
I'm in, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm 6 episodes in, there's 2 left. I'm just going to finish it.
Yeah.
I think I have like strong independent woman fatigue. If I had not just watched, if I not just watched the other show,
just watch the other one first, maybe this would feel better. But I don't know. Maybe the fatigue is just there no matter what.
Well, I'll say this: Pluribus did end really good, and they waited too long to bring in that based like Venezuelan guy or whatever. Or he's not from Venezuela, but like that guy is fucking awesome. He drives all the way from whatever in South America because he doesn't want to take their planes, and he's like pretty badass. I like him. I do think it's hilarious that they made the Indian guy like exactly what you would think Indian guys would do if they had control over all women on the planet. But I did think the show ended good. It finished strong, and I would still give Pluribus a recommend. But again, it's not woke. It's just, of course, you have a lesbian main character, but I wouldn't say that the show's woke. In fact, they make her quite unlikable as part of her character. She's like wildly unlikable, almost to the point where I'm like, damn, this chick has no redeeming qualities. And really, they give her none. She has no redeeming qualities. She's just a bitch the whole time. But then like the guy comes and like it's just better once he's on the show. But they only give him like one episode, kind of, maybe two, sort of. So if he's a bigger part of the show in the second season, I think that would be good. Apple TV does have good shows. I think Severance is great. And again, you have gay shit in Severance too. The first season of Severance was perfect, and then the second season was a huge step back. So that's what happens in a lot of modern television, where they have, 4 years between seasons. Like, I feel like they just lose all their momentum. Oh, side note, by the way, I finally watched the last season of Stranger Things. I don't know if you guys are Stranger Things people or not. I won't spoil anything, but I mean, come on, everybody already saw it by now. It is nowhere near as bad as people said. I thought it was fine.
What about the gay crap, though?
The gay crap was cringe, but it was like 5 minutes of the show and like in 15 hours. Like, it was not like a big focus. The ending was weak, but like I thought it was fine. People say Silo is good. That's next on my list. I think is that on Amazon too? Yeah, my biggest complaints about it were not about the gay stuff. It was that it dragged ass. And then they did the Lord of the Rings ending, where the final episode was 2 hours long, and they spent 45 minutes giving everyone their individual send-off, which is just simply not required.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you've been working on that show for as long as they have, it's so different when you're inside a project versus out. I think they maybe lack the outside perspective to like edit that script. That would be my guess.
Well, there's some question about whether or not they used AI. They were like going to Reddit to like, to poll audiences. Yeah, it was my two biggest complaints about the final season. And anybody who's watched it, you tell me if you agree or disagree. First of all, they made the star of the entire last season a character that has not been in the show in the first 4 seasons.
Oh.
So they made the star one of the kids' little sisters. And like, she was a strong, tough little girl, blah, blah. But that's been the show. I mean, 11 is still, but like the whole time, like, I don't care about this bitch. Like, why is she dominating every episode? Like 45 minutes of every 1 hour episode was this girl. And I was like, I don't like her. I've got nothing invested in her. They gave like very little screen time to most of the original cast. And like that was my biggest complaint. And then they dragged it on. Oh my God. And there was also I wonder if I can find the video. We're going to get to this segment now, but there was an egregious, oh my God. There was this one moment where the camera zooms in and they made I forget all their names, but the older chick who kind of looks like Rambo, and she cocks her gun, and hold on this thing. They zoom in on it. Oh my God, I'm gonna have Stranger Things cocks in my search here. It is so egregiously bad, and they just didn't edit it out, that I wonder if I'm never gonna find it. What is her name? What's the girl's name? She is the best thing on Apple TV ever put out. Oh, I never even heard of it. Oh my God, maybe I'll just take cocks out of there because I'm getting dicks in my search thing. Oh yeah, here it is. This is maybe the most egregious, like, and it was so immersion breaking that it like made me want to turn off the show immediately. So she's firing what looks like an M16 at the big bad, and here she's switching mags. Watch what she does. They even made the and they made it look like the handle went backwards. I'm like, what in the fuck is that? How did like no? They're like, ugh. You know why? Somebody who's never handled a gun is usually okay. So if you're holding like this, the charging handle would be behind the camera.
Right.
So like they're like, no, we need to make an emphatic. Yeah, they're like, you need him. She could have still racked it the same way anyone else would, but instead they put the handle, they make it look like the handle goes back. I'm like, what in the fuck was that? Like, it's literally a 2-second clip in this is literally during the, what do you call it? Like the peak, the biggest moment of the movie. They're all about to die. They're fighting this thing. And that I just like had to pause it. I'm like, fucking nope. I was like, what was that? Of course, my wife's like, people don't even, like people don't know. But I was just like, what? I like go back. I'm like, did she just literally take the handle of the gun and rack it? And I wonder if do they make it? Yes, they used editing to make it look like it went back. Like,
That's so funny.
like, what in the fuck? There was a lot of that. And by the way, if she ran out of ammo and changed the mag, she wouldn't even need to rack it. You just need to slap. Everyone's got to know the HK slap. But there was a lot of stuff like that. But I still think if you watch all 4 seasons of Stranger Things, like many final series, like there's been many shows where I'm like, the final season was so bad, don't even watch it. That wasn't this. It was definitely, it had the gay shit. Jeremy never shot an AR, I guess. What do you mean?
Yeah,
There's no handle on top of the AR.
That's a handle. That's totally what you do.
Yeah. Amazon is doing Fallout, and as a Fallout nerd and a lore geek since the first game, 97, I love it. It's an excellent show, even if you never played it. I've heard that, and I absolutely love Walter Goggins. And so
I do like him.
Yeah, it's kind of been on my list because people have said good things about it. Nathan says, I was listening to your yesterday's show, and an idea to get more subscribers would be to do once a quarter. You have a member on your Friday show. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. We've talked, getting the members involved in the show more. I mean, that's what Tim does. Lysander says, Jeremy, can you do the blue hair challenge? I heard if you do it enough, you can show those 2 reactionary dimwits who's boss. Hey, look, 2,000 members by the end of the month, and I'll do it. So far, we've added 3, so I don't know if the hair dye thing's going to do it. Like, I'm going to have to think of something else. Hello, Darkness says, oh, yeah, C is I'm going to write that down, actually, because we're going to finish that stupid The Beast and Me thing tonight, hopefully. And my wife is, like, sick of me. I am audibly groaning throughout the show. She fucking hates that. And, like, I get it. But it's like, when you see, like, now when I see like girl power moments or whatever, I'm just like, oh. Or like, oh, of course she's gay. Like I'll say shit like that, and she's like, grown. And I was like, yeah, but I deal with this shit all day. I just want to like watch episodes of Impractical Jokers where I don't have to deal with,
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I thought Welcome to Derry was good, even though, it was overly diverse, like cartoonishly diverse. I didn't think it was woke. I think it was one of the best new shows I've seen in the last 5 years. I've liked it the most since From. And I feel like From's not going to stick the landing because they've had 3 years. Like I told my wife that we basically have to, when the new season of From comes out, we probably have to start over and at least watch the last season because I don't remember what the hell was going in. You don't need to slap the thumb, the charging handle release, and for pistols. I know how to shoot a gun, Omega.
Apparently not, though. Meg's worried about you.
I guess I haven't been charging my rifles correctly with a handle on the top. But that's you're taught to slap the charging handle release in combat due to the fact that you typically lose muscle function, your adrenaline increases. Correct. But anyway, I know anytime you make a gun comment, this is what's going to happen. But I think we can all agree that that is not. Chat's in dispute. Yeah. She C-clamped the carry handle to the charger. That's right. That's what it was. Must be. The HK slap is a HK specific phrase. Correct. I know. I always wanted an HK, but I'm not paying like 14 grand for a gun. HK needs to get those out in the United States. But let's go to a segment here about women, and women being crazy.
Okay.
Because, I've got two women here who can, we should be watching less TV shows and hunting down more illegals. Yeah.
Job with ICE, my friend. I want to get out there. They were giving out some nice bonuses at one point.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love it. Yes, sir. She C-clamped the hits with her thumb. Weird, but go grab at yours and do it right now. That's what you think? Oh, she just put her hand on top of the handle and used the charging handle like that. I think you're giving Hollywood way too much. They literally zoomed in on the handle where her hand was. I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe that is what she did do. Maybe she rested her hand on top and used it on the charging handle. It's possible. I am loath to give Hollywood any credit on how guns work. Remember, I grew up on the A-Team, where you had 4 guys shooting fully automatic guns for 30 straight minutes and never once hitting somebody. So you watch Raw Deal and like Arnold Schwarzenegger has apparently a 400 round mag in every gun he has. So I grew up in a world where Hollywood just does. I get it. Like a gun with a 30 round mag on full auto isn't going to be like, people don't go to the movies to watch somebody changing their mag every 30 seconds, but that's what you would be doing if you had that. I'm not saying it has to be like pitch perfect to using guns in real life, but there were already so many, like they made that girl a crack shot. I don't remember any of that. Like, you're such a good shot, you take the shot. And I'm like, well, I've never seen her use guns before in the show. Anyway, yeah, below the carry handle. Yeah, so maybe that's what she did. Okay. Your dad didn't love it when a plan came together. Look, I loved A-Team, but that ruined my understanding of guns for 5 years until I actually used them. I was like, what, guns don't have infinite ammo? Like, what are they shooting? Like, how these guys they're worse shots than stormtroopers. Like, I just didn't understand how on earth we ended up in this situation where, guns have infinite ammo and, it's like, it's also like Trailer Park Boys. If anybody ever watched Trailer Park Boys, they're always in gunfights and literally nobody gets shot. And there's like one episode where they're like, hold on, stop shooting. Someone got hurt here, because somebody does get shot. It's funny. HK MP5 is overrated. You're better off getting the Beretta 9mm carbine. I know there are better options that are a third of the price. A-Team was stupidly simple. 5,000 bullets get sprayed everywhere and no one gets hit. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. I've got to mark the time down. This is going to help our show, I hope. That's kind of the point, is to like use this to promote the show. And I'm going to upload this to the Quartering main channel. So let's see. Infinite ammo will get kind of heavy. Yeah, I will admit though, in video games, like when you play like video games and you have to start conserving ammo, you're like, oh, this is different. Like I have to be like when I play Arc Raiders, I'm like, oh, like crap, I have to conserve ammo. I just don't have infinite ammo here. Okay, so let's say 45 minutes. I want to mark this down here. All right. All right. Let's do this. Okay, well, today's topic, by the way, if you're seeing this on the Quartering YouTube channel, this is a segment from our daily live stream channel over on Quartering Live, where we're live every day at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to leave the link in the description down below and in the pinned comment. Please do, if you're a YouTube viewer, YouTube only viewer, we're also obviously live on Rumble, but if you're a YouTube only viewer, please do consider subscribing to Quartering Live. We're live every day at 2 Eastern, and we would love to see you there. Now, this is an issue, just so you know, you have the right one when you see it. There, go subscribe after you watch this video or during.
Aww.
The Kamikaze Karen is something that I want to ask 2 women about. And, I have 2 lovely female co-hosts twice a week. And I don't really understand this. Like, here's this video, okay? This is Sarah Joy Brockschmidt, aka Mossy Matriarch, who has ties to the Super Soldiers, Trantifa, and you can see the smug smile, you can see the septum piercing, so you already know she's gonna say some dumb stuff. But so
really
she uploads
judging a book by its cover, Jeremy.
Oh.
I could be wrong. I'm open to it, but let's hear what she has to say. So ICE is doing door-to-door raids in Seattle now, and this is the advice she has for her viewers.
Hey y'all, I am not at home today because ICE is now going door to door in Washington State in
I don't know why she'd be worried about that, but okay.
Tacoma, Olympia, Everett, Linwood, and I think Seattle as well. So super fun. We know they are not just going after immigrants now, they are also going after protesters and political activists.
Also not true.
So please remember, this is also a stand your ground state. They have to have a judicial warrant to get into your house, which most of these ICE agents do not. You do not have to open the door. And if they do come into your house, you have the legal right to stand your fucking ground. So that is the law.
So what we have, and I could pull up 1,000 videos like this. I mean, they all look like this. They're all raging about men. And they're all telling their followers essentially to end up getting themselves shot. She is without a doubt implying directly, hey, look, if they come in your house, you can just shoot them. We live in a stand your ground state. And we all know how that's going to work out. Some idiot's going to watch this and they're going to do something stupid and they're going to die. It's never going to be any of these women that are gassing up all their followers. It's going to be, you see all these people that they're in their cars or they're in their fancy houses or they're in, what is it, do you think? Is it just a clout thing? Or I tend to think like, you know, why are these people inciting other women? Because we see who's protesting. It's almost exclusively white liberal women. Is it that I've talked about this. Is it that they're watching too many true crime podcasts? Is it that they're doing this just for social credit? What is making these women want bad things to happen to other women?
I don't think they see it. Go ahead, Melanie.
I think they're just gullible, and they fall for these ploys all the time of like, oh, the poor immigrants and this and that, and they don't realize what they're speaking against. They're speaking against the people, these ICE agents who are protecting women from being abused by illegal immigrants, murdered, assaulted, all of this stuff. And so they're speaking against their own best interest when they do stuff like this. And by encouraging people to shoot these ICE agents, then they're going to get people killed. Look what just happened recently with that one shooting. It's just like, okay, if she wouldn't have been so indoctrinated by this whole narrative, then she would still be with us today. So it's just like I think they almost like it when things like that happen, because then they can just be posting on social media all the more and all of this stuff and try to paint ICE as some like murderous people. And it's not good.
Well, remember,
I think,
go ahead, Nicole.
I think women have this long tradition of being at the forefront of social reform. I remember, they're the one who got us prohibition. They were instrumental in campaigning for it. I'm not saying that they're always on the right side of history, but it is something that if you get enough women together, often they are pretty good at getting some kind of social or cultural change to happen, positive or negative. In this case, I think there is this, I think there's this performativeness to this particular thing. Like you're pointing out, why is Septum Ring Girl not at home because of ICE? Like maybe she's here illegally at that point. Like I would deport her, you know, but also
first year net negative migration in 50 years, USA.
Look, go team. I'm not against it. But the thing is, like with this girl, it seems more like she's wanting to be in her car and be urgent to be like, empathetic to people who are here illegally who might be concerned about being detained by ICE. It doesn't really make sense other than to point out to her followers that she is both well informed. She's listing off tips of what you can and can't do. And also that she is dedicated to the cause. I think there is the natural feminine instinct to be a part of the community and to have high levels of social empathy. I don't necessarily think those things have to be bad. I think we want strong communities, but it's sort of misplaced. These skills are being used to, they're being represented as I care about what's going on in the world, but really it's to promote chaos and discord. And I don't actually think that's good.
Everything they promote is to destroy society, to destroy the world, and to destroy women. Like they get like what? Why are they not speaking about?
Right?
They're not speaking on what's going on in Iran right now. And notice how they just like they always defend like these Muslims, for example, and look at what they did to women with the Muslim takeover in Iran right now. And now you've got all these protesters who are dying, right, for the freedoms that they want, that we have, and that we take for granted, and that people like her are trying to get us in a situation that could snowball into something like that. So it's just insane.
Well,
I think there's this level of like cognitive dissonance, right? They're like, we can't talk about what's going on in Iran because it goes against our narrative that America is the worst country on earth, and it's the most it's the least feminist place, even though women are allowed to drive and do all kinds of things they're not allowed to do in the Middle East. And so it has to be more about shifting the goal to being like, well, I'm actually for members of our community who are living in terror, and that's how virtuous and righteous I am, even though actually if I compared these things, it would make sense for me to be talking about what's going on in Iran, not necessarily what's going on with this hypothetical fear mongering that I am contributing to.
Well, you basically have what I think is you have some of these women appear to me like femcells, and they are angry all the time and they don't know why. And so the target of their anger is always, you know, in my opinion, other women. I wonder if maybe I'm looking at this too deeply, but this woman went viral too. Remember we talked about her? Like she put out this video. I'm looking for a man to go F stuff up, a beta man who will go sit,
in the passenger seat.
Yeah, she did all that. And then after everyone made fun of her, here she is crashing out immediately.
Wipe my information from the internet because they were posting like maps of my house.
Now she said she wanted to go out there and F stuff up, but see how quickly her tone turns? Like, and she basically says a quiet part out loud again.
It's crazy. All because I said I don't like men.
That's
You're
not
so
even
mad.
what
That was
she,
it, girl.
You're
I
so
think
mad
missed
that
the
I
point.
don't.
She's like, wow, no big deal. I just said I don't like men. Like, wow, what if a man went on camera and said, I don't like women? What would she say about that?
Yeah, I mean, if she got too, you know, she probably could use, go to the doctor and get a prescription for Tridixagen. This is like a woman that just hates men and she's doing all this in her brand new Kefia she got from Amazon that was made by slaves in Libya or whatever. And I just feel like I feel like, okay, so women, you know, nobody hates women more than women. That's
so true.
That's never,
true.
that's been, I mean, I have a sister. I saw how cruel girls are to other girls. The stuff that her best friends did to her when we were in high school paled in comparison to the worst things I ever did to people I hated. And like, I just feel like maybe there's some sick level of like, they're telling other women to go out there and jump in front of SWAT teams.
Yeah.
They're telling other women, you know, men don't watch these women on TikTok. They're telling their female viewers, yeah, you should sit in your house with a gun and trust me, an internet person, to just fire on ICE because stand your ground. Let me tell you, that is not going to work. If ICE breaks down your door and you shoot them, not only are they going to kill you, but you are not going to be justified in court. They're not going to say, they're not going to come into court and say, well, yeah, they didn't have that's just not how it's going to work. And they're telling them, get your whistle, lay down in front of police cars. But you notice how none of these women are filming themselves doing what they're telling other women to do. To me, I almost think like people call it a psyop, but it's like, I think it's like, I don't know if they're being told to say this stuff or if they're just getting off and putting other women, like if you cared about women, you would say, look, I know what's crazy going on there, but look, if you're going to go, here are the top 5 things to stay safe. You know, don't let the crowd gas you up into entering the street. Don't put your, I saw a video last night of like this soy boy that looks like an op that was like, we're going to Minnesota to fight all these commies. And I like quote tweeted, I'm like, please don't. Please don't. It's like, don't listen to these people who are going to ruin your life. You know, they're not out there doing what they tell you to do. I just don't know what motivates, if it's just fantasy or whatever, but they aren't. I'm like, listen to our 7% female viewers, you know, like, please, if you're going to go protest, stay on the sidewalk. Don't get dragged and don't get caught on camera, you know, totaling an ICE vehicle and stealing their rifles, because you're going to go to prison. I don't care what any woman tells you on TikTok. You can very clearly see this woman uploaded a video saying, I wanted all that smoke. And then 12 hours later, she's like, oh my God, people have found out what I said and I'm suffering.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, she's performing, right? She's like, I'm so tough. First off,
brand new Carhartt overhauls
I've ever heard. Right.
Yeah.
Like the worst dating appeal of all time being like, everything about me. This is the things that I want. I don't care about anything else. Like, good luck finding a man. I feel like that's a very negative energy to bring into a relationship. Men do this too. And then freaking out that her comments were getting like prompting people to want to like release her information because she's going to go whatever, mess stuff up. It to me is like, I thought you were tough. I thought that you were so strong and you were brave and you don't care. And it's the same thing by being like, well, like I remember I knew this girl and she put on Facebook during the Black Lives Matters rallies, like, white people, it's your job to put your bodies between cops and POC. And like, it just wanted to be like, first off, you're tiny and petite. Like, you're going to do nothing to help anyone if that was really the goal. And second off, like, I don't think that you would actually do that. I think that you are trying to act like you are the boldest and bravest and the most dedicated to this weird cause, and that you are, again, community minded in the sense that you're willing to sacrifice yourself. There's this lust to become the next martyr. And I totally
it's like a fantasy, right? Like
right, and they're leading people astray. I mean, they don't actually know. I think it would be better to not advocate for violence, which is what they're doing, and find other ways to help people if you really wanted to do this. I don't think you should shelter illegal immigrants, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
It's like living out a fantasy. It's like they have developed this mindset of like what it would be like to be the chic new social justice warrior. But in actuality, if they came to the moment, they would either potentially harm themselves and others with their cluelessness, or they wouldn't do anything that they're saying that other people should do.
I'm going to kick it to Melanie in a second. I wanted to put this back out there because I mentioned this before. I think I mentioned it on our live stream. By the way, again, if you're watching this clip, please do subscribe if you're a YouTube only viewer to Quartering Live. I think I'd really love to see you live at 2 Eastern, or you can watch it later. It's like when we saw that woman crying out after her girlfriend had her face get, 3 holes put in it. Mm-hmm. I can't believe, why did you have to use real bullets? That's what she said. Like, these women are like, what did you think? And those women were probably on TikTok watching other women gas them up and say, you need to do this. And I just don't, is it because they don't have Christ in their life, Melanie? Or is it because they don't have, none of these women have men in their lives, from what I can see either.
Yeah, so not only do they not have Christ in their only do they not have Christ in their life, but they're going against the order that God created. God created women to be a helper to their husband, right? And so they're really lacking of that foundation in their life. They don't have Christ, which is the most important foundation to have first and foremost, and then to be led by a God-fearing man, right? And so they're lacking both of these things. They're directionless, and instead they're seeking TikTok, other women on TikTok, miserable women on TikTok. They're seeking them for advice, and they're destructive. All of these things, just like Hannah Claire said, all of these things that they keep promoting and pushing and advocating for destroys society. They're jumping onto like the whole transgender movement that destroys society. All of the gay stuff destroys society. Allowing a bunch of illegal immigrants here destroys society. You see the crimes that they're committing against women. That's what's insane. How can these women call themselves feminists and they want to act like, oh, we care about women, whenever they're advocating for allowing these criminals to come here and who are hurting women, murdering women, right?
70% of the people they have deported have active or pending charges.
Yep.
70%. Now, yes, some small percentage of them will be, other than crossing the border illegally, law-abiding citizens. They still have to go back. And I implore women out there to, like, you are who you hang out with. And that used to be true of your friend group. now that's who you watch online. And these women are not, they are doing this for likes and clicks. Just, I'll wrap it up by saying this. Ask yourself why none of these women are showing themselves on the front lines doing what they're asking you to do.
Yes.
And this is very true for people on the right. Like, we're going to Minnesota, we're going to do this. No, don't go ruin your life for some idiot to get, that is not good advice. And we'll wrap the segment by saying here, you just look up Quartering Live, one word, on YouTube, subscribe, and I'll leave the link in the description below too. And then we'll, continue the live stream now. So let's get to some viewer messages here. I'm hoping that's going to help, grow the live stream channel. Yesterday I uploaded a segment. It didn't do so well, but I put it on. It wasn't a great topic and it didn't get a lot of views. So hopefully that will be. Ken Rose with the thumbs up. Thank you. Got that one. Let's see here. McCall says, us on the right know the consequences of going toe to toe to the government and how it should be for a real cause, not for foreign or violent criminals. They haven't dealt with any consequences. That's a great point. They've gone their whole life and never had any consequences. They've never been told no. They've never been called a stupid bitch to their face. They've never been they've never been arrested, or if they were, it was a $50 misdemeanor and they got to post it on Facebook and they got positive reinforcement for that. Darks, I said, these women don't have a man that loves them. Just like Good was a delusional. Oh, Good was disillusioned straight woman that went lesbo after a bad experience with a man. They want love and they do anything for attention. Yeah. William Crane says they're bored liberal incel women with malignant maternal instincts. Yeah.
What these women need to look at too is when you're following these people, do you want their life, right?
Ooh, great point.
Are you looking at them and thinking, I want to be just like her? She looks miserable. She seems miserable. Is this so? Do you want your life to be just like hers? Probably not. And if you're going to be taking advice from people on the internet, preferably you're going to look at people whose life that you would rather be more like.
Right. And I think Melanie's spot on. And I would just add, also answer that question honestly. Don't say, oh, that's the life I should want. I should want to be, willing to go jump in front of an ice car, or I should be blah, 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 blah. Be really honest with yourself and forget what pressure you may feel from your social groups or from whatever, and ask yourself, this woman is what, in her late 30s and her 40s? She's posting about how she needs a radical man to follow her around and do whatever she wants. She's obviously seeking a lot of validation on the internet. She doesn't seem particularly fulfilled. Is this a life that you want? Or just, are you following these types of creators because you feel like it makes you look more informed, or it makes you look like you're saying the right things socially? Because I think that there are a lot of women who know that they don't agree or want these lives, but will tell you they do because they think that's what feminism has taught them.
Right. Yeah.
This woman does not seem like a happy woman.
No.
First of all, she's at home in the middle of the day. I mean, maybe she works nights. I don't know. Filming these rage TikToks, instead of hanging out with her friends or, being in a kickball league. One of the things that I try to tell my viewers is that there's only so much we can change in this life, and there's only so much time we have on this planet. That isn't to cuck out and say you shouldn't get involved with stuff that you think is important, but that is to remind people that if you're living your life for people on the internet or for whatever cause comes next, and you're going to wake up in your 50s and 60s and realize you've wasted it. And that really, when you, even I talk about people who get politics brained, you have to be able to unplug, or essentially the machine wins. And you're just, when you're unhappy, you're not, married, having kids, you're not building up your community, you're not going to your farmer's market, you're not, volunteering your time, you're angry online, you're angry offline. You get worked up, you end up catching a stupid charge. You know, you go to one of these things, you get gassed up, you pick up a tear gas tin that was thrown, you throw it, and it ends up blowing up in a federal officer's face. He gets injured, and you get a 10 years in prison. Like, the machine wins. If you want to talk about, you know, the biblical side of it, like, that's what who would want you in prison? The devil or God? Like, the idea that you're out there doing this stuff, these people are demonic who are telling people, you know, because they don't have the strength of their own convictions. They aren't out on the front lines. This woman bought a brand new pair of Carhartt overalls, didn't even know how to flip and button them. Okay. And she's saying, I'm looking for a man. Like, and this is a thing, you know, in the black community.
Always gets me, which is like, if she probably has a laptop job. I work from home. Like,
yep.
I get it. I'm not against you, but her aesthetic is like working agriculture relatable. Like, I don't think so, lady.
Yeah.
And these women who say things like this, like, I need a man who can be in the passenger seat. No woman wants that. No
man does either.
Imagine she'd freak out if a man was like, I want a woman who'll just sit back and hang out in the kitchen. Like,
right. No woman wants a man who's some like wimpy soy boy. I don't care how much they say they want that. They don't want a soy boy.
No woman has ever
respect him. They wouldn't be happy with him. He would never be good enough because no woman wants a soy boy.
Well, they say they want a soy boy because deep down they still want to be unhappy. It's this crazy self-hate cycle. I mean, you see this in not just women and men, right? I have a good friend of mine. His name is Dave. If he sees this isn't anything different than what I've told him to his face. He is the least happy person I have ever met. Ever. He is always angry. And it's like a personal chore of mine to get the guy to laugh. Like, I'll see him at the bar and I'm just like, for me, just to make him smile is like a dopamine hit for me. And like, he's got nothing to be unhappy about. He's got a good job at a distribution factory or like a Amazon or Target or something. He makes $25 an hour. He has like no debt, you know, but he doesn't take care of himself. Every time I see him, he looks like death warmed over. You know, he could very easily be an attractive mate for a woman. He's got a good job if he, you know, cut his hair and trimmed his beard and like didn't drink every night of the week. But like, we've all known people who are like, they want, I just feel like I can only come to the conclusion that they want at some level to be unhappy. And it's like,
unhappiness is a habit for some people. Just the same way that like you kind of have to train yourself to be optimistic. Not everyone does. Some people are naturally, but a lot of people, you like have to make the choice of what your mindset is going to be and follow through. And I think for some people it's like you get into a mode and you're in the always rut. Looking for the negative. Yeah.
I would tell guys this all the time at the bar. You know, the bar I hang out at, it's a dive bar. Okay. There has not been an attractive single chick that walked in that bar in 20 years. Yet the bar is
They have
full.
her picture on the wall, the last girl.
Yeah, they had a couple of cute bartenders a while ago, you know, 10, 15 years ago. Single girls don't go to that bar because they walk in there and every guy sitting at the bar like this.
Oh.
You know, or like watching the TV. Like there is no woman will walk into that bar and ever feel like this is a place she wants to be. And the thing is, all of them are single. And I'm like, you guys know you are never going to find a woman here. Like, I'm single, blah, blah. Like, my brother in Christ, look around you. You're here 7 days a week. There hasn't been a single girl that walked in here in 20 years. Where on earth do you think you're going to meet one? And like, I try to save some of these guys, and like, there is some truth to the fact that people, what is the saying? Like, people are living the exact life that they want to live. And that does play out. But I feel like compelled to always try and be like, yeah, but do you want to, like, is this fun? Like, there was a point in my life when I was kind of depressed and feeling in a rut, and I would be at that bar 4 nights a week. But like, I had a wife at home, which was even less of an excuse. But like, I saw the same fucking people there every night, the same 10 people every night. And it's like, man, no, like, this is a rut so deep, you're never going to get out of it. Now, there have been people that, you know, slowly stopped going there. There's been some good success stories. Another friend of mine quit drinking, found a girlfriend, started dating her. I don't know if they're still together or not, but anyway, like I saw him there. He came in one night or something, and like he just had like a soda, and we talked. He was happy. He'd cut his hair. He was dating some girl, and I'm just like, come on, guys, like, see, like you. And I assume that there are women like that too. They just don't do that at the bar. They're doing that at home on TikTok, or they're, I don't know, because there's something about the bar, like going to drink at the bar with a bunch of people who are also not happy is still better than drinking at home alone. Like, it's not even close. And even when you're not feeling good, you surround yourself with other people who are not feeling good. And
I think it also gives you like confirmation, right? Like,
yes.
if you're like, everything sucks, and then you get to sit next to another guy in the bar who's like, yeah, everything's awful. Then
Yes.
you're like, it's not me. I'm not the problem. It is the world against us. And to circle back to our ladies of liberal TikTok over here, they become their own echo chamber too. When they're like, yes, the world is dangerous and men are bad, and whatever it is. There's a study out that points out that liberal, like teenage girls who identify as liberal, have the highest rates of anxiety and depression.
Anxiety and depression weren't even a fucking thing in the 80s. You know what I mean? Now it seems like everybody.
But not to the extent they are now.
It existed, but
there's this author who wrote this book on it's called I think it's called The Age of Anxiety. I can't remember, but he talks about this, where it's like these girls who identify as liberal, so they probably identify as feminists, they identify as whatever, are always on social media, where they're being told, yes, the world is geared towards men, and they are going to, whatever, you are going to have to work 8 times as hard and be paid 2 cents and whatever. Like the world that they are being informed about as they seek out information through social media seems bleak and awful, and they're being fed it constantly. No wonder that they are miserable and depressed, but that is inhibiting them from, number one, making unbiased judgments about the world, and also learning to operate in a way that is positive, is optimistic, that would help them in the future.
Can I make a book recommendation for people who are considering at least cutting back alcohol? Because I can say that I have, like, as somebody who drank probably 4 to 5 nights a week and has now gone to maybe once every 2 weeks, there's a book I read that is just, it's a really easy read. And I'm not telling anyone, hey, you got to quit drinking forever, because I don't think I ever will. But the effects of alcohol on your mind and your body are so bad. Like, the book is called, here, I'll put a link in the description for it. It's called Alcohol Explained. It's a bestseller. It's not like it's a people have probably heard of it before.
This indie book that Jeremy knows about.
Yeah, no. But I'll put the link in the chat. Like, if you just want to understand, like, all of this shit that is going on, like, right before I decided to quit drinking, like, this was like Christmas time. You can say, look, I purchased it December 26th. It tells you, like, I'm not telling you to get a book that I haven't had, but like, it is, it tells you all the shit that alcohol does to your body, how it stops your body from making serotonin, and like, because you're artificially adding all this stuff, so then your body naturally stops producing it. You don't sleep as well. You have more anxiety. Like, I connected a lot. That's like part of my journey to get off SSRIs, is to get off alcohol, because I never had a panic attack before I drank alcohol. Never. Once I started drinking more in my early 20s, that's when I started having them. And so, I'm not going to evangelize telling everyone to quit drinking, but at least consider reading the book and understanding, like, what the book has done for me is, like, when I think about drinking, I think about all the work I've done to detox and how that's going to make me start all over again. And like, I'm only, and I can say, honestly, I have been sleeping better, and I have had less anxiety, and I have, like, been feeling better. And it's only really been 3 weeks for me. And I did, the Packer game when we lost to the Bears, I definitely drank that game.
Yeah.
And you know what happened the next day? I had more regret than I ever had before. So, like, fuck, I just had 2 weeks clean, and I went and drank last night, and like, it's, again, I'm not even like an all alcohol bad thing. I think it's important to understand. At 42 years old, I now understand, wow, this, you know, obviously it's why I'm as overweight as I am. It's probably why I had anxiety. It's probably why, it's just, there's a lot of things that, like, almost nothing good comes from it.
Do you know what you're making me think of? Famously, Trump has said he's never ever had any alcohol.
Right.
And did you see the report the other day where
he has the highest testosterone of anyone his age?
Yeah, that's what Dr. Oz was saying. He's looked at his medical
Wow.
records, which is like, I can't remember exactly, so I don't want to misquote the science, but I believe alcohol consumption does impact how much testosterone you produce. Like, you know, if you wanted to see an improvement in your life, if you're a man, I could imagine stopping drinking or at least cutting way down could potentially have some major benefits.
Yeah, I definitely went into it like my plan is probably never to quit, but it made it way easier to not drink on a weeknight. Like it just made it way easier to like, okay, like Valentine's Day is coming up. Maybe I go out to dinner and have a couple drinks at dinner. But like on the Tuesday night when my thing was that I was bored drinking. It'd be 7 o'clock. I'd be stressed out from working all day. You know, I got to unwind somehow. And so I would drink. And it never really, like, I never really had, other than getting out of shape, I never really had like this moment where like everything fell apart or I had a health problem or like, but it's just, eventually it just became about like, you know, it went from like 1 to 2 times a week to like, wait, I drink like 6 days in a row. Like, what the fuck? And then, and so that's when I was like, okay, well, let me look at it scientifically. And for me, the anxiety is the worst. Like, you know, that's really what has driven. I mean, I guess also wanting to lose weight. Like, you can't really be trying to lose weight and be drinking. It's not,
Right.
you know, it's not going to work. But anyway, I'll stop that. You're not legally Wisconsin unless you've had at least one DWI. Yeah, well, I drank enough in the last 25 years to, you know, I'm, again, like I said, I'm not quitting. Fellas, trust me, I'm not quitting. But I am definitely looking at my relationship with it very differently, and that book helped a lot. And rebound anxiety from alcohol or sedatives is common. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, like, the level of anxiety I've been at, like, normally I would wake up at like a 60 or 70 when I was drinking. Now it's like a 30 or 40, and it's only been a few weeks. So it takes a while, you know, it takes several months to really kind of fully detox from it. But like, yeah, Jeremy's had a slew of DWIs. He's covered. I haven't, fortunately, but I've been very lucky, and I've made some stupid decisions in the past. Yeah, it's easy not to buy it. The hard part is if someone brings it. Yeah, well, for me, I just dumped my supply. Like on Christmas, I was like, that's it. And, you know, yeah, someone brings it over, whatever. But anyway, I wanted to show this video. Sorry for my little, it's just, I have been feeling better since I quit. And so I want people to know that, you know,
No, you're in your wellness era. I also think it's good to have people say like, I am doing this thing and I am seeing results.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else will be like, okay, I'll try it.
Just, I'll put that link in, get the book and just read the book. And it's just going to be much easier for people to, let me put that in the chat. It'd just be easier. It'll explain it better than I can. You know, it's just, you'll read it and then you'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? I have been having this fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I have been seeing X, Y, or Z. You know, I have had this or that. And, you know, and it just explains the way that, you know, alcohol affects your body. And there's also another great book, if you're trying to quit smoking, I could recommend, where it wants you to smoke while you're reading the book. Like, it's like smoke while reading. It's on my counter. That did help me quit cigarettes too. Yeah, so there are some good books out there for that kind of stuff. The ice stuff, I wanted to get back. Oh, wait, let's talk about Autistic Barbie. So we have Melanie's new, I love how she's racially ambiguous too. That's the best part.
No, she's not. If you read this article at the end, at the bottom, they're like talking about the various characteristics of autism. You know, you don't always see it. So what do they do? But then
it
they
would have been great if they had like an actual.
Is she supposed to be an Indian?
Yes. They were like,
I
"We
can
just need this
tell."
opportunity to allow them to model her after some of their Indian employees.
See, why is it?
Like-
What is it with this? Like, because even Overwatch made their Indian female autistic. So, like, is this a thing? Oh,
Yeah.
make the Indian female the autistic one.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I'm not really sure what it is. If you scroll to the very bottom of this article, sorry to jump around, they quote this like statistic from the CDC that says that like Black children, Hispanic children, Asian children are more likely to be diagnosed with autism than white children.
That's hard to believe.
Well, and also, didn't we just learn in Minnesota that some
Yeah.
people get their kids diagnosed as autistic for extra money?
For money,
Like,
yeah.
it
Yeah.
makes me wonder about the data there. But I thought it was like,
Someone in chat's like, come on, Barbie, let's get tardy.
so Barbie has been doing this. Like Mattel's been making like a Down syndrome Barbie and like one
Yeah.
has diabetes now, like to be inclusive.
Well,
But
why don't they
One
have it be
has
like
a
a
colostomy bag too. I think.
no, they do all kinds of stuff. Which like,
Why don't
who has-
they?
Who is buying this for their child? Do you buy it for the autistic child or the non-autistic child? I don't
Well,
understand.
Yeah, well, nobody buys it. That's the point. Like, it's just to get a news
Right.
article
They
written.
don't.
But
I think
the
the liberal white women of TikTok buy it, but maybe
Yeah,
I'm
they
wrong.
might buy it.
I think that like it's weird because first of all, the people who are really suffering from autism, okay, like the people who have like who are nonverbal or non-communicative or whatever, like they don't want this shit. And like, and the people who are performatively autistic, you know, the kinds that are like the number of people who say they're autistic now, like RFK talks about that, right? We went from 1 in 30,000 to 1 in whatever it is, 1 in 300 or 1 in 30.
1
There
in
is a-
31.
Yeah. First of all, part of that is I firmly believe a massive overdiagnosis.
I think so too.
Like it's like every boy my age, every boy who was born in the 80s had ADHD. Like if you were high energy, they wanted you on pills. My teachers for years tried to tell my parents, oh, he has ADHD. He has ADHD. He needs to get on pills. My parents were like, get fucking bent. Like I wasn't, I turned out to be on the spectrum anyway, but like I didn't have ADHD.
They weren't trying to put you on I was gonna say they weren't trying to put you on pills for autism. They were trying to put you on for ADHD, I thought.
Yeah. But like that was, I mean, fucking teachers were, prescribing in the 80s and 90s. Now, I don't know if they still do that. I would be willing to bet that they're doing that with SSRIs nowadays. Ooh, have you talked to your doctor about, you're angsty teenager, you need SSRIs. I think if they made autistic Barbie look like a real autistic person, I'm talking in a wheelchair, face drooped, like someone who really is suffering from autism, that would be way more bold than a pretty girl.
Right. So what they said,
I like how they had headphones on too. They have the
yeah.
headphones
So they were
because
like
they
the
wear
headphones are the not like noise canceling ones. The like elbows of the jointing is supposed to be able so you can like have them like
so they can be like, "Bah."
yeah. Her eyes are shifted to the side, so because a lot of autistic people don't like to make eye contact. Like
Yeah.
a weird amount of thought went into this.
Wow.
They apparently had a debate over whether she should wear fitted clothes because that's what some people for autism people prefer, or loose. But what you're gonna see is if people buy this Barbie, I bet it's because the little kids are like, she has an iPad. I want an iPad.
Yeah, but this
like,
isn't even an iPad. This is one of those communication devices that autistic people who
but
are
if
non-communicative
you're
have.
3,
Yeah.
what do you see there? I see
Yeah.
a tablet.
I think what Barbie has done is overcompensated big time, because in the past Barbie got a lot of criticism for being like unachievable, right?
Yeah.
Because like,
But she wasn't. But she- yeah.
unrealistic body standards. Oh, she's too perfect. She's too this, she's too that. But what I loved Barbie growing up because it was like, okay, look, she's beautiful, she's stylish. This is what I aspire to be like. You know, that's what I loved about Barbie. I didn't want Barbie to be this super average or relatable type person. Like I wanted to look at Barbie and be like, yeah, when I grow up, I want to be as pretty as she is. I want to have a cool car like she does. I want to be cool like she is. Like that was what I liked about Barbie. So this whole like, okay, now Barbies are being made to just validate all of your insecurities it's a totally different path than what Barbie.
Right.
Yeah, they can have
originally was.
herpes Barbie or like HPV Barbie, where she's like got a bottle of Jägermeister and like she's like and a college diploma or something. This probably won't even. I guarantee you will never see this Barbie on the shelf at any store you go to.
Right.
It's going to
It'll
be
only be at,
available.
like, Barbie headquarters, like their one big flagship store.
Yeah, or
something.
online only. Like this is not going to be in Walmart. Because
One of
Go
the
ahead,
dumb
Phil.
things is that, sorry, I'm cutting you off. You go.
No, I was just going to look right now. So you talk. I'm going to see if I can find it on Walmart's website.
Well, I kind of want to echo Melanie, which is, maybe there's a kid out there who was like, Barbie's blonde and I'm not, and that's sad. She had friends, from what I remember. There were other like Barbie, same figure, but like, brunette or Asian or whatever. The thing that stood out to Barbie about me as a kid was that she had 5,000 jobs. Like,
Yeah, she was a boss
wanted
bitch.
to be when you grew
She
up.
was.
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
like anything you wanted to be when you grew up, Barbie was doing.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
true.
that's like the forward thinking that is kind of going away. Like, I guess you could get a Barbie that represents you as you are right now.
I
But
was
Barbie-
just proven wrong badly.
Oh, it's on Walmart.
If this is real,
You have to see if
it's-
it's in store because a
but
lot
it's,
Walmart
there's
sells
200
everything online.
plus. There's 200 in carts right now.
Yeah, I told you
is
the
this a
woke moms are all over
or
it.
is it a? Oh, well, yeah, they're going to be making their TikTok videos and all that kind of stuff. and
Yeah.
These are the
unboxing.
same moms that are like, I made sure to buy my baby my child a baby doll of color, so she doesn't think that like her babies have to be white or whatever they say. Like I knew there was a market for it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing is. Oh, sorry.
I
It
was
is
gonna say, the
not
question is, like,
available.
what are-
It is not available in any stores for pickup.
Oh, exactly. It's online.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think
Uh,
that, like, the question of Barbie is like, what are you getting out of it as a kid? And it used like Barbie had a house, like she does
Yes.
all
And a
kinds of stuff
convertible.
that kids themselves are not doing. So why we have to make it like, and your Barbie's exactly like you, is odd to me.
Right. And Barbie fell off big time once they started trying to do this stuff. Because if you look at what are the young girls and the young women, teenage girls, all that kind of stuff, what dolls are they more gravitating towards? The Monster High dolls, the
Yes.
Bratz dolls were really popular for a time because it's like, okay, the important element there was that they looked really cute. They were really stylish. Like that's, if you're going to buy a doll, you want it to look good. You want it to look
mhm.
cute. You want the stylish element. And so Barbie just becoming some average girl is not the goal.
It's not as fun. It doesn't have the same imagination. There's less make believe behind it. Like the
Check
point
Target.
of Barbie
Okay.
was to be like, and now she's a stewardess and she's gonna marry, G.I. Joe or whoever. Ken, I
Right.
guess, you had him. Like this is boring. I hate to say that because it sounds
It
like
is.
a little dismissive, but it's boring. Like,
Yeah.
okay, and what is autistic Barbie's job gonna be? Like, what is she up to?
Well, her next job will
Call
be
center.
insufferable cunt. But the
Regime gift carder.
yeah, she'll be call center employee. Hey, Mama. The I
puppy.
think that I'm checking Target right now. I did expand my search on Walmart, and it was available in some Walmarts.
Okay.
Target does not have it.
Which one? The Walmart in Minneapolis?
Yeah,
Only
Target.
Woke City Walmart.
Like, oh no, I spelled it wrong. Yeah, autism Barbie. Let's see. No, Target.com doesn't even have it.
Wow.
Walmart did though. Oh wait, no, here she is. Nope, they call her. They call her Barbie. They call her Barbie fashionista in purple striped dress. Autistic
Oh.
Barbie. It's new at Target. It is not available for pickup.
Ice Agent Barbie. I would buy Ice Agent Barbie.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, no, it is
Immediately,
available in
somebody
like
who
Milwaukee.
manufactures Barbie clothes on Etsy or something, please make an Ice Agent.
Yes,
outfit.
make
You
her
will sell
styling
out.
though. Like I want to see a high fashion Ice Agent Barbie.
Curves shown. That's what Melanie wants.
Yes.
You know who's
We
buying
need that
this?
like ridiculously small waist. Come on.
You know who's buying these? I just realized it. It's not autistic parents. It's Barbie collectors.
Oh, right.
That's who's buying this.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Like they had like a transgender Barbie, or they make like celebrity Barbies. I bet that is who's buying it. I really do think some woke parents will buy it for their kids to be like, I want them to know people are different from them.
Yeah,
and their kid is going to be like, cool, I'm going to throw her in the air because she's actually an astronaut. Like, I just don't think you can force kids to care about this.
That's the biggest takeaway is that, like, look, my sister had about 1,000 Barbie dolls, and I don't think it ever hurt her self-image at all. Like this whole idea
no, it
that
didn't hurt mine. I had so many Barbie dolls. Yeah,
kids know that she's not real.
Right?
Like,
yeah, they all know it's not, that's exactly it. Like this.
Plus, in my head as a kid, I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna be her. I'm gonna literally be her, just like boys are with Goku."
Right? Yeah. Boys are with GI Joe.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah. And when you don't turn out that way, it's fine.
Exactly.
Like by the time you're old enough to realize that you can't get an 8-pack, it's like it's okay. Like you're already an adult. You're not the whole thing of like unrealistic body types is actually like widely overblown. Like I think even if we look at the opposite of it, like the fat acceptance movement, I don't think you got anybody who got fat because of the fat acceptance movement. You had people who stayed fat, and most of them died. Like one of Blair Wright's most viral videos is like, here's a fat model, dead. Here's another one, dead. Here's another one, dead. Like, but nobody saw these like fat gelatinous blobs who were called fat and healthy and thought, I'm going to gain weight. Like people just
that's inspiring to me.
Yeah, like but people don't, in the same way that they didn't look at the Barbie and think, oh my God, I don't have the same size boobs as Barbie. I'm gonna kill myself. Like that never happened. J-Ho says, hot take here, having 3 daughters, 2 have autism. I bought this doll. It was sold out soon. I'll be honest, my 2 autistic daughters don't care, but their youngest sister plays with her. They like the doll, right?
Because she's autistic or just because she's a doll?
Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. Like, they don't care that it's an autism Barbie. I don't think you're a bad parent because you bought that. You know, like
no, go for it. You're allowed to buy whatever you want. And if you thought it would help your kids, like, I'm more power to you. I just don't think that, like, I bet your daughters would probably pretend whichever Barbie they wanted to be autistic is autistic.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's what she's saying, or he's saying. I can't tell.
The dedicated one
she's saying
misunderstanding children's imagination.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's like a marketing.
I'm not blaming
thing,
the parent. I'm blaming Mattel. I think Mattel.
Yeah. Chestnut says prayers for the Hassan family. Our church mourns the loss of Brody, an 11-year-old who battled cancer for 3.5 years. Here's a happy word to the end. God bless everyone. Well, shout out to the Hassan family. Fuck cancer also. Jihad Barbie would be cool. Ice Barbie. The thing is, Ice Barbie would sell just as much as Autism Barbie. It's just they don't get the same, Is there like
a SWAT team or police? I think there's a police.
There
Barbie.
used to be, of course. Yeah, there's definitely a police Barbie like in the 90s. I think when we were looking at the holiday catalog, they were in there. But like, OnlyFans Barbie will be one. She will have no dad, and
you think they'll have an OnlyFans Barbie before they'll have an Ice Barbie? Probably, right?
They're gonna have, or probably already have, an influencer Barbie. I'm sure they do. You know,
they probably
with a cell phone and like.
Oh, look.
I found a police officer Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. Yeah, I think it's okay. Like, now I feel bad for.
I love
shitting.
it. Police Barbie has safety tips. Memorize your address and phone number. Don't take rides from strangers. Say no to drugs.
These are great
before you cross the street. Always wear your seatbelt.
This is fantastic advice.
That is great advice. That's
she comes with a dress too. She got her police outfit, snatched waist. Then she's got her dress.
I love
too.
it.
Wait, can you put a link up so Jeremy can put it on screen?
Target does not have one.
Yeah.
Look what they've done to Ken. He looks like a fruit boot. This guy, like Ken, looks like a fagoot now.
Oh, it's not on the screen.
Oh, I'll put it on here. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. Look at Ken, fucking beta male Ken.
Oh no! Oh,
look at his face. He looks like fucking what's that Charles guy, the gay guy? this is not a
James
man.
Charles?
James Charles. That's who it looks
So,
like.
Are we gonna
Oh,
see Ken move
dear.
from being the love interest to being like the
The
gay, best friend?
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
That'll
the
happen
last-
in our lifetime.
I will tell you though, there is a really gay Ken doll I had. I'm gonna link it.
Yeah.
But at the time,
Look at
it
Police
was
Barbie.
styling. At the time, it was really styling. But it
look
is
at
gay
look at
now
the
that I
price
look
of this
at it.
police Barbie. $85. You know what that tells you? There's demand. This is a collector item.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They should re-release this with the dress.
Look at how
The fact
pretty
that
she
comes
is
with, like-
too.
I know.
Look, and her hair is flowing. Definitely
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
waist
I love
deep,
everything
uniform
about it.
blonde.
Yeah, here, memorize your address. Don't take rides from strangers. Say no to drugs. Always wear a seatbelt. Yeah, but you should probably have like, also like, don't be a whore. You see, honor at the police ball. Why couldn't you have this nowadays? You know, 1990. You just let's see here.
sorry,
Oh
the
my,
fact that they're like,
that
have
Ken is
that
gay
kid.
as fuck.
I had that kid when I was a kid. I still have it.
Oh
no,
my
what is-
god.
What is this?
I don't know why my mom bought this Kindle.
Now, in Ken's defense, this was a style for men in the
was.
80s. Like,
it was.
it was the mesh top was a thing. This
all
one is
men,
from 1988.
Regardless,
Mom bought this Kindle for me. I still have it.
Well, she's like,
Okay,
this is a way to keep her away from boys for a while. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, shout out
That's
to
nice.
shout out to Hannah Claire's family too. Watches the show and didn't rub it in too bad that the Bears beat the Packers.
Aw.
I would not
Yes.
have been anywhere near as kind.
Well,
I would have
I
sent the
prepped
most
the-
gloating text message. I would have recorded a video. It would have been bad.
when we were in Arizona and you were like, I'm gonna send a video bragging, and then the next morning there was no video, I was like, oh, I guess I know the score of the game.
Yeah.
They blew that game too.
Yep.
TechWiz says unrealistic body standards are a huge problem in today's society. They're constantly pushed down people's throats. This is especially true for women. Well, I think the modern version of that is filters. I think that
Right. That's a thing. Filters.
Yeah, the
for
filters
sure.
are the bad.
yeah, the filters are the kind of the modern version of that. Now I
Because
feel
you're
bad for.
constantly looking
I hope
at
I didn't
them.
make that mom feel bad for buying autistic Barbie for
Oh,
for her
no.
daughter.
It's yeah.
You know,
I
it's-
mean, I think people can be well intended with it, but I
Yeah.
think that most people who buy it are probably going to be for like virtue signaling reasons or something. But
Well, you know what? I bet you she didn't post it on social media and say that she just got it for her kids because her kids are autistic, and that's okay.
I like that her kids were like, we don't care. Like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you for the toy.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks,
like
fucking mom. I know I'm autistic, mom. Thank you.
it's like I could understand. Like, she's like, maybe this will help them. Maybe it's a good thing. But like, again, they could pretend any of the dolls are autistic if
Yeah.
they wanted to.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. That's the thing that we like overlook about kids and why these toys bother me so much, which it becomes about like shoving it down in their face, down the throat. And like, it's so important that kids develop their own imagination and critical thinking skills.
Well, didn't
and,
you just
like-
talk about that? Was that yesterday? Like
Talking about
kids
every
don't
day of
have
my life.
like
Keep going.
no, just that like kids are going to school now. They have no tactile skills because
Yeah.
they grow up on an iPad. They don't know how
Yeah.
to use a fucking pair of scissors. And
This
like,
was a video that I had watched from a teacher who had been around for a long time. She's like, they can't identify coins, and at first I was like, well, but a lot of people like don't have coins out now. But then it was like they can't use
Yeah.
scissors. Like our standard was this for whatever, and it's just
Yeah.
like they're less. They're not interacting with the world the same way they used to,
Yeah.
and that is why I think like dolls are good because you have to play with them. You have to make them talk to each other. Like they are not doing any of that on their own. It's so different from an iPad.
That's why I
so
like
definitely-
that product. I'm not, this is not an endorsement, but that's why the last like new kids product I thought was cool was like that like saw that parents could get their kids and they could, use Amazon boxes and make like castles.
The cardboard
and-
one.
Yeah. Like I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I would have fucking wanted that as a kid so bad. Like
I wanted
that's
to get
a
that for my
unisex
sisters.
toy too. Like boys and girls could use it
Mhm.
because it's like girls can make whatever they want. They could make their boys can make whatever they want. You can make a tank, you can make whatever.
Yeah.
Girls could make, and it's a great way to get rid of the garbage. Like it's
Mhm.
such a genius idea.
And you don't have
Um,
to buy like another craft kit. You get them, cheap tape, and they're allowed to like.
Well, I
practice
think it
hand-eye
does
skills.
I think they do this thing where like you get new projects and you have to subscribe monthly.
But you wouldn't have to. Like,
No,
I'm
you
sorry,
wouldn't
you
have
give
to.
a kid that toy, which I think I was pretty expensive, but it's like a table saw for cardboard. You give them like some glue sticks and a bunch of Amazon boxes, like they're gonna be fine.
You put them in the playroom, you give them that thing, they're going to be as happy as a clam. You're going to come back in there 5 hours, they're going to have a whole city built.
It's gonna be a mess.
That's
You're
what I
probably
would have
gonna
done.
be, like, vacuuming for days, but you know,
Yeah.
worth it.
I would have done that. I would have had like contests with my cousins. We would be painting them. You'd have a whole house built where you'd have like rooms in it, like that, and all out of junk cardboard. And yeah, I think that like if I ever have like, kids, or I have a gift giving event for like a kid, my niece is too old now. All she wants now are fucking gift cards to Claire's and shit like that. But like, I think that's a good gift. Now, I don't know. I don't want to recommend it if it's super expensive, but the idea is cool. Minnetonka for me says, I just went to lunch in Chanhassen, Minnesota, just west of Minneapolis. There were 2 racially ambiguous women out in the cold trying to register families for their autistic organization. Yeah, I mean, did you guys see Nick's new video last night? He talks about like the transportation industries now, like $7 million a day they're stealing. We're gonna have Nick on the show. I messaged him last night, so he's gonna come on the show soon. The crazy thing for me is I think people are getting too hyper focused on Minnesota. I want more people to understand this is probably in every state, and it's probably not just Somalis. It's whatever community group, they have their hustle. Like there's a reason there's so many learning centers in the hood that are empty. There's probably money that was given to people. Some of the places he went to, like one of those places was basically an abandoned warehouse that got $2.5 million a year. And it was like, this is at probably like, we need 1,000 Nick Shirleys. We need this in every state. And if I were Republicans, I would be, like Republicans figured out with Scott Pressler. Like, send Nick and give Nick a blank check and send him into every Democrat state and win the midterms. Like, all you have to, yes, I'm sure it happens in red states too, but I'm talking about winning elections. And, you pick a state like Pennsylvania, which is like purplish. You pick the states that you could flip to red just by exposing the fraud. And that would be just like Democrats are spending all this money on bots on X, Republicans should spend money on give Nick a blank check and figure, ask his process, and then just deploy these people everywhere.
Those counties in like outside of New York City, like the commuter counties to New York that are always like the last couple of years, they're
really close. Yeah.
Red, like some Republican wins, or they're looking really purple, or the Republican outperforms what they were expected to. I would be curious to see this kind of investigation in those counties. Yeah. Because I bet those people would be really mad to hear that their tax dollars are being scammed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I would do. Because this is such a gift. Like tax fraud, I don't think we'll ever, it's going to stay. I mean, everyone hates that because everyone pays taxes, Democrat or not. And it's an indefensible position. Now, I would pick the states wisely. California, I would probably do before the presidential election and just expose Gavin. Benny's out there right now. California spends $173,000 per year per homeless person. $173,000 per year per homeless person, and their homeless problem has gotten worse. Like, this is not the guy you want running the national budget. Like I think that's what you do to California, like leading up to the election. You just doge California. But now for the midterms, you, like Hannah Claire said, you find the counties that will flip these states and you send Nick in there, or you really have to scale it. So there has to be more than Nick. Or what you do is you pay somebody to do all the work, and then you give Nick like whatever money it takes. So you come here, shoot a couple promo shots, go in a couple spots, upload the video, like have everything ready for him, and just let him go into that state. I don't know if you would call that. I mean, it's a little scummy, but not really. Like Republicans should be funding this shit. I don't think
auditing the government to make sure that your tax dollars aren't getting scammed and spent in a way that they're not supposed to is scummy.
Get the dossier for Nick.
Because I
take
would
him
do
to
it
a
in
couple
red
buildings,
states too.
fly him to the next state.
I would do it in red states immediately. I would do it right away, and that way they can clean it up, and they can then report during the midterms. Like, look, we were aware of we became aware of what's going on in Minnesota. We wanted to make sure that was not happening to you. We found fraud. We corrected it. Like,
yeah, we took it seriously.
Get out ahead of it. If it's happening in your state, blue or red.
Yeah, well, the great thing is, if you're in a red state and you have this problem, and you get out in front of it, and you say we're actively auditing this, you can just pin it on Democrats. Like, if you let the Democrats expose it, it's like the first person to bring it up wins. So if you go and you're like, holy shit, yeah, well, we're in power right now, but this is what we're doing. And yeah, I think you have like 10% of the blowback. If Democrats bring it up and they do what they're doing, then you get 100% of the blowback. But I think Donald Trump Lego set, I would buy that. They won't do it. Remember when the Lego had to like apologize for having a police Lego set? That was like a couple years ago.
That's nuts.
Everyone was like, oh my God, it's like a January 6th Lego set, even though they have like gay shit Lego sets and they have, I mean, Lego is crazy. That's a company that should have died a long time ago. It's people like my wife that are propping up Lego.
People like my wife.
Dude, she's like, oh, I mean, she likes doing it. It's a hobby. It's not out of control. She'll buy like one set every couple of months. Fine. But like the price that they're getting for this stuff is insane. Like, you want to buy a nice Lego set, like a big set, it's $300. If you want to buy even a set that you can finish in an afternoon, it's $80. And those pieces are not like, you can't really repurpose them for much. Like, at least with a video game you pay $80 for, you should get more than an afternoon out of. Like, right. The idea that like, I mean, some of these, they're such a rip. Like, I think the one, like the Hogwarts Castle is like $400 or $500. I'm like, give me a flipping break. Like, this is out of control. It's not even for kids. It's for, adults.
I think that's why Lego has survived. Like, it can be entry level kids, but also, like, I think of those botanical ones that they make that look like flowers. Like, that's not, maybe some kid could do it and would want to. Look, they look cool. I thought, like,
but they're expensive.
Sure, but like, if you're into, if you want a project, it's tactile. Like, I could understand where the appeal is there, but that's what Lego did well. They went from being not just for just for children to being like anybody could do this.
Yeah, I think on that note, I want to let the people know where they can find your all's content, because I want to make sure we. It looks like Viva has a guy with an eye patch on, and I don't want people to miss that. So let the people know where they can find your content before we kick it over to Viva Fry, and then we'll be back live tomorrow. What day is it today? Thursday? So I'll be live an hour early tomorrow for Lone Wolf Cast Fridays.
Yes, I don't
Jeremy, the new
you...
Pokemon looks sick. I know, I want it, but it's like $700.
Oh,
and here's a hack that doesn't work as good anymore. So don't take my advice, but it used to work. For years, I would just this doesn't work necessarily for regular sets, but if you just buy 2 of everything, you can sell that one a year later for, 50% more. It didn't always work out. It worked out good on some Star Wars stuff, but like, you're always going to get, like, if you buy 2 of the $300 ones, you're going to sell that other $300 one for $500 in 2 years. So at least in my mind, now I only paid $100, but it doesn't really work like that anymore. Like, Lego really limits the number you can buy, and the resale market isn't what it used to be. But for years, that's what I would do. Get 2, sell 1 in a year. And that way the $200 Lego set you wanted really only costs $100. And I think I only have 1 set left. I have like the Bowser set left, which is I have to sell, and that's it. I sold all the ones we were sitting on because it didn't really work out. It didn't really work out as well. By the way, did you guys see what was going on with Tim Pool's thumbnail last night?
What?
That's the stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure who's in charge of that. I swear to God, that's the thumbnail they used. I am dead serious.
I guess
That's
Arian
hilarious.
Wexler didn't want to put her face on camera. Was it like that the whole show?
It was like that the whole show.
Was that her shot on the show? Is what I'm asking.
Goodness.
And the memes were, I mean, this one is one of my favorites.
Oh my!
And like knowing knowing Tim, Tim is not like degenerate like Melanie and I. Like, there's no way that was on purpose. I think that was a legitimate mistake because I don't think Tim would ever do that.
Yeah, probably the picture, because like they probably were trying to move the picture and had her face, and somehow in editing, like the picture, they went to move something else and it moved the picture, and they moved that layer.
He said on air it was on purpose.
Oh, what?
All right, well, good for Tim.
Yeah, I kind of assumed it was.
Yeah, look at you, Tim. They have the angry Tim face on a disembodied pair of boobs. Good for you, Tim. Boobs do work on the thumbnails. That's a tried and true methodology. But yeah, anyway, let the people know where they can find your content before I send everyone over to Viva.
Viva with his pirate, apparently. I'm curious about this eye patch guy. You can find my work on Rumble, YouTube, and X. It's all Hannah Claire B. Thanks to you guys who have already subscribed or follow me. It makes a huge difference as I build this. Melanie, where can they find your work?
All right, you guys can find me at Melanie Mac, where I have my gaming streams. I'm getting through Bloodborne and beating a bunch of bosses, so it's been great. And you guys can also find me at my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mac, where I have Bible verse of the day every single day, as well as general Bible content. And then follow me on Instagram at Melanie Mac, where I post a bunch of reels and stuff and I just made a bunch of people mad
love
today.
it.
So that's fun.
Yeah, you can
check that off your to-do list when it happens.
I guess
like,
so. But
yeah,
it's like the Queers for Palestine are really mad at me now. So
love that.
What else?
Yeah,
is new?
you can follow me on Instagram. It's actually Quartering News, one word. I think I registered the quartering a long time ago, and I've been unable to get it. But I'm trying to do more Instagram, trying to do more real stuff. But we'll be back tomorrow, probably an hour early. And for Lone Wolf Cast, it's been a crazy week, and hopefully that segment we did earlier will bring some new people to the stream, and so